All right, what's going on, my acquaintances? My name is Dragony. Welcome back to the Sofa Taters Podcast. I got with me today someone who said wait.
No one said wait. Just go.
No one said wait.
I must be going crazy. We got my other two co-hosts with me here today. LazyKayo, say hi.
Hello, hello.
And we got Savage Stevo. Say hello, bro.
Salutations.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks since the last podcast. We apologize. Just got lazy.
Has it been a few weeks?
Yep.
I feel like it's only just been one. Has it been more than that?
I feels like it's been two.
Been at least two, I think. Yeah, where we haven't done we haven't been potting or casting. So.
Oh damn.
Let me go check the YouTube.
I mean,
Which
life just kind of
apparently I'm not
happens, you
allowed
know.
into.
We're all busy now.
Yeah, we
So
get busy. Yeah.
that's kind of just what happens.
So I think this is going to be a very Spider-Man heavy podcast. You know, Spider-Verse 2 did come out, so.
All right, well, but we'll save that for the end.
But,
So then this way we can
okay, so yeah,
cut off anyone
yeah,
who doesn't
Trey-
want to be spoiled, I guess.
Yeah,
Trey doesn't
cut him
want-
off,
Trey
get him
wants
out
to
of
do the
here.
end, but I will start us off with Spider-Man because I watched Spider-Man 3, the infamous Spider-Man 3, with my girlfriend yesterday, and that movie's actually a lot worse than even I remembered it. Like,
Oh damn.
like, no, like watching it as like a much older person, you can really tell that there was like, you can tell that Sam Raimi was I guess kind of bottlenecked or kind of like forced into like making the movie a certain way. You could tell it was like not very. Like, I'm sure you guys probably know that he did not want to include Venom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like it's just so funny how like he wanted it to be about Sandman. That was the main like villain he wanted it to be about, and you can really tell that that's the point. That was the point he was making. Is they put a lot more care into his backstory and whatnot. But like it's funny, even him like trying to include the Sandman into the movie at all just seemed like a bit like I don't know if you guys remember, but the reason why Spider-Man even hates Sandman is because. Like, oh, remember that guy you thought killed Uncle Ben?
Oh yeah.
He didn't kill Uncle Ben. It was actually Sandman.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
stupidest plot twists. Like, I don't think there was a single person who went, "Oh my god, what a plot twist!"
Also, like I know the point like is that like Peter is supposed to get really cocky because like he's like getting so popular with all the people in this, but he's actually just so unbelievably like dumb in this movie that it's just.
It's so out of character.
Absolutely, it's just unbelievable. Like it's so stupid.
Mhm.
Bro, when he did that stupid
Like-
Spider-Man kiss with fucking Gwen Stacy, man, I was so fucking like,
No, it was.
oh my
I
god.
couldn't believe it. It's like why the fuck would you do that? And then he wants to ask Mary Jane to marry him after that. But I'm just gonna kiss another woman while she's
Yeah,
there.
what a wild way of thinking. Oh, it was Spider-Man kissing her, not me. Bitch, what?
Literally the same fuck, man. His spider. It's like it's almost like his Spider-Man was an alter ego at that point or something.
His other
He put-
spider sense was tingling.
No kidding.
I don't blame him because Bryce
Also-
Dallas Howard is fine, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind
What-
of weird to me that that Sandman was supposed to be the main villain because like Spider-Man 2 was really setting up for Harry, for the next movie, right? Because that's how Spider-Man 2 ended with Harry.
Yeah, like he wanted the. You can tell the Harry and the Sandman like plots were more like
The focus.
actual like sort of plots, whereas like Eddie Brock is just kind of there and he's just kind of like a dick. Like
Yeah.
it's just like it's like no reason for him to even be in this movie. It's just like Meteorite Venom is here. Okay, he's on Bully Maguire, and then we get.
Bro, and probably one of
get
the
Eddie-
worst castings as well. Like, no disrespect to Topher Grace, but you were not right for the part.
No, definitely not. But no, I thought even Sandman being included in the movie was not was another addition. Like I really thought originally it was just supposed to be about Green Goblin Jr.
I don't know
Yeah,
about that
they
too
usually
much, but
include
I'm
more
pretty.
than one.
But Sandman, I for sure think was supposed to be part of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it was supposed to be those two.
I mean, Sandman scenes were probably the most well done. Like the whole scene where like he falls into like the test whatever with the sand and like Well, I guess it's after that, like when he first wakes up as Sandman and he's like trying to pick up his locket and whatnot. Like that scene is so fucking beautiful.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like it is by far the best scene of the entire movie, and honestly, it's just that scene specifically is just a masterpiece of cinema. Everything else about the movie sucks ass. But
so like Eddie Brock hates Peter for ruining his life, right?
Mhm.
But like it's so stupid because how he ruins his life is like he tells the Daily Bugle that the photo that he took of Spider-Man doing something bad was doctored, right? It didn't actually happen. And then it's kind of framed as something like a mean thing that like Bully Maguire did, but like no, he actually did do that. Like,
Yeah.
So why is this like a bad thing? Like,
He's mad he got exposed. Like,
yeah, Eddie Brock was like, "I hate you. You tattled on me." That's basically it. Like he just throws a fit.
I'm pretty sure that was the exact line in the movie too.
Yeah, and Eddie Brock is supposed to love like Gwen Stacy, right? And then she's like hanging like from the skyscraper, and he's like, "Oh man, what's Gwen doing up there?"
That's right.
No reaction. No
Yeah,
reaction.
and then the fucking captain's like, "That's my daughter," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm dating her."
That's right. I
They're
totally
like
forgot
having
about
this
that.
weird banter
Also-
while she's fucking almost dying.
Oh, like the steel beam that goes up and almost hits Gwen. Like the crowd's cheering that he saves Gwen, right? But like that, unless you're telling me that entire office building was empty, besides what that photo shoot they were doing, that beam probably killed like 50 people. But you know, the crowd is cheering because he saved Gwen Stacy.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, man, Gwen Stacy's hot. That's all people care about.
Exactly. That's why I watched The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh, Emma Stone action.
I fucking love Emma Stone.
Also, Gwen Stacy is at like Harry's like funeral for some reason.
Was she at like the end of the movie?
Yeah, she's at the funeral. And like, it was funny. I said I was watching it with my girlfriend. We got to that scene. She's sort of like, "What the fuck is Gwen here?" Like,
Oh, that's
why is she
right,
at
yeah.
why is she at this funeral? Like, why is Gwen Stacy here? She has like no connection to Harry at all.
The casting director was just like, we need bodies, we need people. You get in there.
This is the last shot every single character needs to be in this scene. So Gwen needs to be at this funeral for no inexplicable reason.
It's like Tony's funeral in fucking Endgame.
Everyone is just there.
I mean, I didn't feel like there was anyone out of place there.
I guess at least he's like a big like Avengers figure, so I guess you can kind of justify it like that everyone should be there. But like, yeah, why is Gwen Stacy at Harry's funeral?
Yeah, that one makes no sense. Maybe they had a secret off-screen relationship or something.
To sabotage Peter.
Hell
I'm gonna
yeah.
put some dirt in your eye.
I love Bully Maguire. It's so ridiculous.
Bully Maguire is the best thing to come out of Spider-Man 3.
True.
Bully Maguire is Spider-Man 3's legacy.
You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door.
Legendary moments, man. I don't care. Spider-Man 3 is still a fun movie to watch.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's really all it's got going for it. It's just good to fucking make fun of.
Yo, when he
Also,
fucking like almost decapitates Harry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that part's actually really like the aftermath. That's really funny too. Like, so he gets like hit really hard in the head, like Trey's mentioning. It almost gets like decapitated, and the doctor's like, "Oh, he has short-term memory loss, so he doesn't remember like recent things that happened to him." And so you're thinking, okay, so he doesn't remember like the fight, and then he walks in there and like he's like, "Oh, he likes Peter again now." So that he's probably hated Peter for years already at this point. But okay,
Yeah.
so short-term memory. And then literally, I think his first line is like, "Hey, Peter, my dad's dead, right?" Like, I'm sorry, this is short-term memory loss. Like, his dad died how many years ago?
Yeah, because how long is it between 1 and 3? Isn't it like 3-4 years?
Yeah,
I think they're
in
like
high school in that movie.
I think they're in like year increments, right?
Yeah, they're in high school in that movie.
Yeah.
and they're in like, I think end of university by 3. Like they're like adults.
Oh, so at least
So
like 4 or
short-term
5 years, I guess, eh?
Yes. So like by short-term memory, he means he doesn't remember anything after Spider-Man 1, which is several years. Like
How convenient.
Hmm.
Things that make you go,
Also, for Harry's butler, like, you know, Harry's all those times thought that Peter killed Goblin, right?
Oh
Killed,
my god,
Norman.
this scene, yeah.
And the butler's like, oh, you know, I treated his wound, and yeah, actually, Peter was telling him the truth. It was his own glider. And it's like, why was this a secret? Like,
Why was it a secret, and why is that like a reveal at all? Why does that change anything?
What? Well, because the whole motivation is like, oh, he thinks Peter like killed his father. I mean, he kind of did. I don't know.
He didn't directly do it, but let's be honest,
kill him,
he did it.
Oh yeah, no,
But yeah, like,
for sure he did.
It just doesn't make any sense why this wasn't told. So Bernard just let Harry just like live in turmoil and hate his best friend, and only told him the truth when Mary Jane needed help.
Well, apparently that wasn't even supposed to be the scene to begin with. I think it was supposed to be like a whole different kind of reveal. But there was
Yeah,
like
it's
time
probably-
constraints or something like that, and Sam Raimi was just like, fuck it, I guess this is how we're doing it.
Oh, I
Let's
didn't even
blame
hear about
Venom.
that. Well, do we know what the original scene was supposed to be?
I'm pretty sure we do. I just don't know it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head, but that considering how bad that scene is, I can kind of think that might be the case.
I'm
Like,
gonna Google this.
I love this OG Spider-Man trilogy. Like even looking back at like Spider-Man 4 like storyboards and all that, that's cool too.
yeah, one and 2 are fantastic films, and 3 is like bad, but it's kind of at least funny bad at least. But like,
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
a very good movie.
I love 2. 2 is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Alfred Molina as Doc Ock is uncomparable to anybody.
Wanna-
Mm-hmm. I still think
You wanna-
2 is one of the best superhero movies ever made.
No, yeah, I think it is
Oh yeah,
too. Yeah.
that's top tier for sure.
Mm-hmm.
One of the very few cases of where the second movie in the trilogy is actually better than the first one.
Yeah.
A lot of times that isn't the case.
Well, because lots of them just try to repeat the formula rather than expanding.
Exactly.
This was a good 2 was a good measure of both, I think.
Yeah, 2 did everything right. It was also, I think it was also quite a bit darker than the first one, wasn't it?
Honestly, the original
um,
Tobey Maguire trilogy was pretty not dark, but like it wasn't as aloof as like Amazing and the rest of like how MCU was viewed.
Yeah,
now.
no, it was a bit more grounded for sure.
He was not a quippy
Sam Raimi-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Sam Raimi directed horror films mostly, so you can definitely tell certain scenes where like that have like that sort of feel to them. And basically every movie he does, because that's like Multiverse of Madness was like the same thing.
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
thing. Like,
Fuck yeah.
definitely it was Raimi. That was definitely a Raimi movie.
Well,
Oh, for
Multiverse
sure.
of Madness was supposed to be like a horror film essentially, but I mean MCU gets in its own way, so
You know, there's a rumor that Sam Raimi is supposed to direct more movies in the MCU, and
But why? Multiverse
I
of Madness
can't
was not
remember-
received well.
I don't know, he's still a good director.
Yeah.
But I think one of them, I can't remember which one it was.
they should have
It might
gave
be
him
Secret
Morbius.
Wars. Whatever gave him Morbius, he might have actually made it good. Anyway, the one that he was rumored on, like apparently includes Venom in the comics. So like I just saw a bunch of memes that like Sam Raimi when he has to direct a movie with Venom in it again.
Bro, he would lose his mind. He said in an interview that he doesn't even know anything about Venom. Like he just doesn't. He's not familiar with the character. That's why.
No, yeah, like his Spider-Man knowledge basically is like older Spider-Man
Yeah.
stuff. So he isn't really familiar with Venom. And of course, Venom is very popular. Like I like Venom, but if he's not like familiar, then like you shouldn't include him.
Yeah, Sony got in their own way with that. I mean, Sony proves again and again why they can't have sole custody of Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
because they get in their own way with it. They got in freaking Sam Raimi's way, and then they got into what's his name
Andrew
that
Garfield.
did The Amazing.
Andrew Garfield.
Well, I mean, I know who Andrew Garfield is. I mean, the guy who directed.
Oh, I have
Is it,
no
Amazing?
idea
Is
who
it-
directed.
Isn't his last name Webb?
Oh, Mark Webb.
Mark Webb. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking that was the Homecoming one, but Homecoming is John Watts.
John Watts, I think. Yeah.
Man,
I think he's supposed to be coming back for the next trilogy too.
The next they're doing another trilogy of Spider-Man movies?
I think.
Really?
Or maybe he was just signed on for 3 and everybody just assumed they'd be the Spider-Man movies.
Oh shit.
Who knows with how MCU wants to work nowadays.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have to do more Spider-Man movies. I just didn't know it was going to be a whole trilogy.
Well, fuck, the next Spider-Man movie is supposed to have Zendaya back in it, which undoes everything in No Way Home, which is just stupid.
Well, I mean,
I gotta include the big actress, right? So.
I mean, she might be there, but like, they might not just immediately fix everything.
I mean, it seems like they're trying to like push as like it's Tom Holland and Zendaya, like they're starring type thing, rather than like
I think it's
her just being there.
If they just immediately undo the ending of No Way Home, I'm actually gonna walk out of the theater.
Yeah, that'd be very upsetting.
Zendaya actually, Trey.
You think what?
I think it's pronounced Zendaya actually, Trey.
I have actually no clue.
Yeah, I'm trying not to get her stands on you if this particular episode just pops off.
Zendudu.
You pronounce my queen's name wrong.
My queen Zendudu.
Oh man, that's even worse, bro.
The next Rihanna, but I think that's what you're supposed to say.
Next Rihanna.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, she's too busy to be in Spider-Man. She's got to be in Dune.
Was Zendaya in
Is she in
Dune?
that?
Yeah, she's in Dune. She's like the love interest in that movie too.
Fuck, I still gotta watch Dune.
People actually complained that she wasn't in it enough, and everyone's like, well, like she wasn't in that part of the book that we're adapting right now very much. So,
man,
I swear to God, audiences are so stupid at times.
Go ahead, Justin. So you didn't see it yet?
No, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I was super excited for that movie because Dune, like the book, it's one of my favorite books. The director, what the fuck is his name? He has a weird name. Dennis, I don't know how to pronounce it. Dennis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
He's one of my favorite directors right now. Like all of his movies are like super art house, and like I love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, he's a very good director.
So like him doing a Dune movie was like a dream come true for me, and I haven't fucking seen it yet.
What's his recent catalog? I know the name, but for some reason I can't think of any of his movies.
He did Dune. I think was the last one he did, and then before that he did the fuck was it called? Why am I drawing a blank? The one with like Harrison Ford and
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yeah, Blade Runner 2077 or whatever the year was.
2049.
2049.
He's one of 2 directors that I would allow to direct an Evangelion live action movie.
Who's the other?
That's some fucking high praise.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, of course, yeah, of course, del Toro.
those are the 2 ones that I think would be like would be able to do like the serious justice.
Yeah, the two artsiest directors. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah. So yeah, Villeneuve did Blade Runner. He did Arrival in 2016, which is a fucking amazing work of art. He did Sicario, which I've never seen.
I haven't watched any of those movies, but I all hear great things about them, so I don't doubt this at all.
I mean, yeah, they're all great.
Well, I'm gonna throw another movie at you. It's tangentially related to Spider-Verse, but not like we'll save the actual discussion move at the end. But you guys like saw the same movie like you guys saw it last night as well. So I'm talking about the trailers. Did you guys see the Gran Turismo movie trailer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
dude, that looks like the most fucking generic like plot. Like it looks
that's
like he just
literally exactly what I said. When the Gran Turismo logo popped up, I literally went, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, like, and it's just like I didn't know it was making it either. And like, yeah,
because the plot is supposed to be like the new racer or whatever was an esports player, right? Was like a professional gamer, and then he goes on to the actual racetrack. And it said based on a true story, and I actually heard about that there was a story like that. The guy who does there's a guy who did, I think it was called iRacing.
Okay.
The iRacing sim. He got so good at iRacing that he was like invited to like do professional racing. And like
he wasn't even good at Gran Turismo.
Once he got used to like the G-forces and everything, he apparently like pulled really good times.
Oh damn!
And actually like decently competed. I don't know what happened from there, but
I just don't understand. I just don't fully understand why they're throwing the like the Gran Turismo logo on this and calling it after the game itself. Like,
because they can. I don't know.
Because he's playing Gran Turismo for like the start of it, and then it's a racing movie after that. But like, I'm sure the true story sounds a lot better because this is like the most generic. Like, how did it go? Oh, he's a gamer, and then they put a bunch of gamers through a boot camp, and this hard ass guy is like, "You gave me a bunch of pasty nerds. I can't do anything with this." And then he's like, "Okay, one of them is actually useful," and then everyone else who's racing hates him for some reason, and it's like, why? why would they hate him? Like, he's just another guy, right? Like, they hate him because he plays video games or a fucking nerd. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, what motivation do the other racers have to hate him for? I don't get it.
Because he's a nerd.
They all want you dead.
You remember the trailer a lot better than me. I actually wasn't even paying attention to it until I saw the name.
Yeah, me too. I was barely paying attention.
Yeah, well, the only reason I retained it was because I was just in awe of how like generic it was.
Yeah.
Like all like the plot beats that were thrown at you. Like, I just couldn't believe like when they're like, they tried to fucking kill him. Like, they ran him off the road. His car's on fire. I'm like, what? It's like, why do they hate him so much? Because he plays Gran Turismo?
You know what? That's valid. I hate anybody who plays Gran Turismo.
I mean, Gran Turismo is fun.
No, it's a fine series. It's just racing games aren't really the deep like sim racing games aren't for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know enough cars to be like, oh yeah, this is how I want to upgrade my shit and whatnot.
Yeah,
like
I like playing like the old school like Need for Speeds where like I don't really need to know anything about cars. I just need to know how to read stats essentially.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the more arcade racing type things as opposed to like the more realistic kind.
Yes,
you know,
for sure.
You know, I've never actually played Need for Speed.
Really? Not even like the old school ones, like Underground at least, or Most Wanted?
No.
They're pretty fun. Like those old school ones. The newer
fun.
ones I heard are not that great. I think like actually the newest release went a little bit back to form, but the old ones were pretty fun back in the day.
I didn't even know it was still ongoing.
Yeah, they're like pretty intermittent with their releases now. I can't remember what it's called because I think it's called Heat or Unbound. One of those two names.
Unbound.
I know both of them are games, but
yeah. The latest one was Unbound.
Oh, okay. Then I think that one had like a bit of a return to form, but still didn't really get good solid footing.
What the fuck? The first game is just called The Need for Speed. And that, I don't know why, but that sounds so weird to me.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like the fourth game. Obviously, we all know that.
the fourth. Oh, no, the fourth one's called High Stakes, but the one after that is called Porsche Unleashed.
Porsche Unleashed?
Which sounds so stupid.
Porsche Unleashed, that's funny.
Oh my god.
That's great. I love that name.
Actually, I kind of like it. It's corny.
If
this was a movie series,
there's any other stupid ones.
If this was a movie series, the Need for Speed would be like in the tagline, and then it would just morph into the movie title.
Well, I mean, Need for Speed is a movie.
Is it?
Yeah, it has Aaron Paul as its lead.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Was it a movie before the game, or?
No. It's like a recent movie. I say recent, but it was probably like 2016 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so like right after Breaking Bad.
Somewhere around there, yeah. But like there was a Need for Speed movie.
Oh shit, you're right.
Aaron Paul is just Jesse to me. He's been typecast.
Yeah, pretty much.
Else.
Yeah, unless if it's animation, like he played. He played whatever the fuck his name is in BoJack Horseman, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
Well, yeah, because then you don't actually have to see him; you just have to hear him.
No, he still sounds like him though. But
Justin, you don't watch sports, but like there's a very common like ad.
I don't care.
Like, hockey games.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
During like hockey ads where Aaron Paul is doing like a gambling site thing, and it literally just sounds like Jesse Pinkman is trying to get me to bet on sports games.
Okay.
In fact, if he talked more like Jesse, I'd probably be more inclined to. If he went like, "Yo, bitch, bet on this game right now."
I mean,
I promise you, your favorite team's gonna win this time.
Yo, Mr. White, Mr. White, yo, you gotta bet in this game.
Yo, Mr. White. I wish I could do a good Jesse. That'd be great. I would cosplay Jesse if I could. And of course, that means actually doing meth as part of the costume.
Yeah, of course, you have to.
My name is Skylar White. Yo, my husband is Walter White. Yo, he told me everything.
Told me everything.
Oh, Skylar. I hate her.
I feel for Skylar. You feel
Skylar? What? Sus?
I feel for Skylar. Like the whole birthday thing with Tim is like cringe, but like, I mean, Walter is just like he's terrible. Like,
I mean, yeah, no, Walter is like the scummiest piece of shit on the planet, but
but he's cool.
Most of his bravado and cool stuff is just fake, like too, which is really funny. I think it's always funny when people take that like actual seriously, like because Walter actually he really isn't that cool. Like most of his cool lines are like fake. Like, and he's just putting on an act.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like when the I am the one who knocks thing. Like, well, actually, no, you aren't. You had Jesse do it. Like, so.
Have you haven't seen Breaking Bad yet, right, Trey?
Correct.
Because I won't spoil too much, but I will say that Walter isn't portrayed like Walter in the actual thing is not as like Sigma male as he's portrayed in like on social media. So it's basically the same. It's the Patrick Bateman effect. Where, like everyone thinks he's some cool Sigma, like how it's portrayed in social media, and he actually isn't. He's actually pretty like pathetic.
Patrick Bateman. That's
American Psycho.
Oh, Psycho.
Yeah, American Psycho.
American Psycho. Okay. Yeah, I still haven't seen that movie. It's so high up on my list to watch right now because I keep fucking hearing about it lately.
It's pretty good. It's
and
funny.
there's a lot of memes coming out about it lately.
It's a dark comedy.
Like, is there
a dark comedy for sure.
Is there some kind of weird resurgence with that movie right now? Because I've been seeing
Probably
it
just
everywhere
because of the
lately.
memes.
It's been like a pretty steady like a machine like for memes since probably like the early 2000s, like 2008 or 9, I think.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what the screen cap is, but I'm pretty sure it was like it was a meme during the whole Rage comic era because I think it became like they changed it to be like Rage comic-esque or whatever, you know how they did that with like random movie frames and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like How I Met Your Mother with Neil Patrick Harris and then Nick Cage with his vampire movie or whatever it was.
The Reinfeld.
Did that movie turn out to be any good? It didn't look very good.
It's okay.
I was kind of interested in checking it out just because it looked like it was going to be fucking ridiculous.
I think if you like Nick Cage, you probably like it. Like, it's a Nick Cage movie.
Yeah. What was
That's
it called
all you
again?
need to know, really.
I'm just googling vampire movie. Renfield.
It's like Renfield.
Didn't he play Dracula at some point?
In that movie, yeah.
No, like
in that movie he plays him.
That he plays Dracula in that movie.
But yeah, he played an older vampire, which is what I was talking about. Like he had another vampire movie.
Yeah, I thought like way back in the day, or oh wait, no, I'm thinking of fucking the hell's his name? Saruman.
Did Nick Cage play Saruman?
No. The actor for Saruman from Lord of the Rings. Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee, yeah.
Yeah, no, Christopher Lee played Dracula for a long time way back in the day. I don't know why I was thinking. I don't know why I was thinking Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage played Saruman. That'd be quite very interesting.
Well,
that's a role swap.
My brain actually mixed up Nicolas Cage and Christopher Lee. Oh my god.
Yeah, could you imagine Christopher Lee as Ghost Rider?
That'd be great.
That actually would be amazing. I want to see if anyone. I want to see if anyone's actually made. Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee made a song called "Ghost Riders in the Sky," according to Google. He did. He had a few metal projects.
The same one. Christopher Lee. He actually enjoyed his time on Star Wars.
As Count Dooku.
Yeah, like as like a, not like Sir Alec Guinness have hated it.
Mm-hmm.
He hated his time on that movie. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Christopher Lee liked it.
That's good.
He played a lot of like the same kind of characters. Like I would say like Dracula, Saruman, and Count Dooku are probably like also all sort of similar.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, he kind of got stuck in the whole like villain, the whole villain type. because of Dracula, and he didn't particularly love being stuck in that. Like he wanted to play different kinds of characters, but like no one wanted him to play anything else.
Well, I mean, no actor really likes being typecast.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
They want to
no.
play different. They want
But like he was so perfect for it. He had the voice, he had the presence. Like and like he knew his shit. Like I think he was like army trained.
Yeah.
So like he knew like death and shit. So
yeah, I think actually he talked to George Lucas about certain things about. But like also like one of my favorite Count Dooku things is when Anakin Skywalker's talking to him, like what's his name, Hayden Christensen.
Mm-hmm.
Is you can there's one scene where they're both together and like it's the one where he says like, oh, my powers have doubled since last time we met, Count. Like it's just so funny in that particular scene. You can just very visibly see how much better of an actor Christopher Lee is. Like or at least he's been giving better lines to say than Anakin has. Like
I don't know.
It's very shocking when you see stuff like that. When you just see someone that's very out of someone else's league and they try to like work together. It's very jarring.
Oh, definitely for sure.
It's definitely not all Hayden Christensen's fault. He was fed some very awful dialogue in that movie. Like, no actor on the planet can make it work.
Is this the third movie or the second one?
All of
them. Fair.
The scene I'm talking about was in the third movie, but like all of them, well, I guess he only played him in two of them. I guess the kid played him.
Yeah, a lot of I've found out recently that a lot of people seem to actually really like episode 3, which is wild to me. Like it's not like 1 and 2 bad, but it's still not a good film.
Yeah, it's not.
I think it's gotten to the point where everyone just views it as nostalgia now. So it's been long enough so everybody thinks it's good again.
Almost every single line in that movie has been made into a meme as well, which probably helps.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even like being that's not even hyperbole. Like almost I think literally every line in that movie is like a meme.
Damn, really? Hold on, I gotta look up Star Wars episode 3 memes now.
It's just like the entire plot, just like.
Man, really putting my fingers to work during this podcast.
You don't have to search these things up.
Yeah, but I want to.
I usually just say shit and then don't bother to fact check. You know what? I'll let the comments be mad.
Okay, speaking of memes, and maybe someone will fact check me on this, but so I think I mentioned to you guys that I have like a really interesting part of like Spider-Man meme culture.
Oh yeah.
So,
okay, let's hear.
Yes.
Let's hear about this.
So if you guys look up that post gave me cancer, like and on like Know Your Meme.
Oh, hold on.
Know Your Meme.
Okay, I'm going to Know Your Meme. That post gave me cancer.
Yeah. You see like the header image, like the
search the database. That post.
It's got Spider-Man like lying down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made that.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah. Like way back in like 2000 and like probably 9 or something like that. I made that and posted it on 4chan.
No, you did it. Where is it? Where does it say?
No, I was 4chan is anonymous, so there's no there's no actual credit given to me. But
well, it says the earliest found posts of the image were made by an anonymous Joy Reactor user on March 30th, 2010.
That's wrong. I posted on the video game board in like 2009. I did not post it on Cove. That person saved it from that thread and then posted it on the comics board.
I mean,
do you have proof of this?
Yeah, I was gonna say you're my friend, so I feel like I'm inclined to believe you, but it's literally just your word.
You guys will have to believe me. I made that.
Oh.
Why would I lie about this specific like?
For clout?
Just because you could. I would lie about something like this just for the shits.
Yeah.
No, I actually did make it because if you look up a similar like you look up not a single fuck was given that day Charmander.
Charmander?
What? Oh, why Charmander? Not a single fuck was given that day.
Charmander.
I don't see no Charmander though.
That's not on Know Your Meme.
You have to add Charmander. We'll go on Google search and do that.
Oh Jesus! Not a single. Wait, what was I typing?
Not a single fuck was given that day.
Was given that
Boss
day,
Charmander.
And then Charmander.
I got one that says Boss Charmander.
Not that one. No.
I see this
you
one.
See it, Trey?
Hang on, I'll post it in the chat. Is it this one?
Yeah, so I think that's like the same font in the Spider-Man one, right? I made that one too.
Well, now I gotta open a new tab and get back to the Spider-Man one.
What?
Just to like look at the font.
What the
Just
fuck?
to compare the fonts.
It is the same font. Yeah, you're right.
So what's the font then?
Oh, I can't remember. It's just some fucking thing on Paint, probably. See, everyone else was using Impact font back in the day, but I wasn't using it because I didn't have Impact font on my computer, so I used whatever that is.
Not a single fuck was given that day. Post gave me cancer. I'm trying to compare the fonts like side by side like a scientist.
I mean, it looks like the same font from what I can tell.
Looks like it.
Well, shit.
Again, there's no particular way for me to prove this, because even if I dug out my old computer and found like the image and even giving you the date, that you probably could say I doctored it. Like, I can't really prove that I did this because it's the whole point is it's an anonymous image board. So, like, even the person that says who created it, there's no name for them. So,
What the fuck?
but yeah, like I made that image. That is my contribution to Spider-Man meme culture.
It's a pretty popular image, right? I think I've seen it used quite a bit.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
I think I know how to clickbait the podcast now.
Hell yeah.
Well, there you go. I gave them the clickbait.
We interviewed the meme creator behind this post gave me cancer.
Perfect. Oh, we got royalty among us today, boys.
You got meme royalty over here, yeah.
No, like, there's no way you can prove it, and it is a fairly specific thing. So I feel like I'm inclined to believe you about this.
I'm glad you believe me, Justin.
You know what meme is more impactful though? Shia LaDoof.
Shia LaDoof. I cannot take that for that
no!
one,
I wish that one took off. I wish that one took off.
Shia LaDoof is my favorite.
Trey, I'm gonna send you the picture later. You have to actually put this up on screen when we're talking about it, like an in post.
Shia LaDoof.
Do you have it?
Of course I have it. If I don't,
I tried googling it, but it didn't really work.
No, I mean, if I don't have a copy of it, I can just download it from my Facebook or something. Because I've posted it there many times.
I fucking loved the Shia LaDoof.
Do you know what we're talking about, Steven?
No, yeah, I think I've seen it before.
Have you?
Pretty sure I've seen
Well,
it.
for whoever doesn't know, it's just a picture of Shia LaBeouf's face on top of Bidoof from Pokemon. And it says Shia LaDoof.
That's it, right? Like,
There is nothing too complicated about it. It's pretty straightforward.
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh, no, I thought you guys were talking about how someone took the whole "Just Do It" video from Shia LaBeouf and just put Bidoof over it.
Oh, did someone actually do that?
It's just, I don't know. It's just Beato's cry from Gen 4 over and over again.
Well,
I hope nobody did that because, as far as I know,
awful.
Justin made up the Shia LaDoof.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if that was the Just Do It video, my meme would have predated that.
No, I don't think that exists. But I have seen Shia LaDoof before. I think you've shown it to me, Justin.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to find it.
I
right
hope
now.
so. It was his meme.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad. I'm kind of sad that Google result doesn't actually bring it up.
Me too.
Okay, have you made a meme before?
I have not made a meme. No, I'm not clever enough to make a meme. I just make dumb jokes. That's more my thing.
I mean, if you guys want me to be completely open and transparent about the meme, I came up with the idea, and my ex actually did most of the editing for it because I didn't really know how to use Photoshop.
No, so you were the idea guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was the idea, and
process.
I did crudely put it together. And then my ex was like, "All right, I'll make this look better. Give me the keyboard."
No, it's okay. I'll give you sole credit. I'm gonna edit all that part out. It'll be just you 100%.
All right, bro.
As everyone knows, the idea guy is the most important part of the development process. You know?
Oh yeah, of course.
That's what they're looking for in development, in game development as well. You just go up there, you have ideas, and you just save them, and then you get paid big bucks, right?
Yep. That's how I know it.
You know what? I think I might have actually shared.
He's still struggling to find Shia LaDoof.
Of course I am. I think I might have shared it in a meme channel, actually, in a Discord server I'm in.
Because I'm pretty sure you made that like shortly after Gen 4 released too.
Probably.
Because it wasn't like recent or anything, and I think Gen 4 was what 08.
Well, I was
maybe
I was in high school when I made this meme. Like that's how old it is. I'm 28. I'm turning 29. So.
When a Pokemon Diamond and Pearl release. 2006.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, no, it's way after that. Would have been like 2012, 2013.
Really, that late? I thought you did it so much sooner.
No, because my ex and I started dating at the end of 2012.
Oh, damn! Goes by too fast.
Yeah, no, it do be.
Yo, anything like pre-COVID is so hard to just remember.
The world,
where it actually happened.
The whole world is a different place now since COVID, bro.
Bro, the way I view time is different because of it. It was ridiculous. Oh,
Time.
I keep saying I wanted to bring it up. We almost forgot.
What?
Remember I was talking to you earlier? I wanted to talk about the potential for more Nintendo movies after the success of the Mario Brothers.
Uh-huh.
And that they apparently want to look at like doing actual Nintendo movies. What would be the first movies that you'd want to see from Nintendo? Like which franchises do you want to see adapted?
I think there's only a few.
All my life, excuse me. All my life, I've wanted to see a Zelda adaptation. But honestly, I think the best one the one that would probably translate the best, honestly, is probably Metroid.
Well, because Metroid is just Alien, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's already a movie.
They can still do it. It could still be good.
Yeah, no, I would say Metroid. Punch Out would adapt very well to a movie because it's just fucking Rocky.
Yeah, that's true.
But there are definitely series that would adapt more well to a movie than others. So those two I mentioned would be good. I think you could definitely do Fire Emblem very well.
Oh, interesting.
It would just.
I mean, that's just a war movie. Yeah.
It's just a war movie. Splatoon, you could probably kind of do. Yeah, I don't know. Like, not every single Nintendo property could translate to a movie, I don't think.
Uh-huh.
What if you had the asterisk of it had to be done by Illumination?
Oh.
Then they could make the Animal Crossing movie, or maybe Splatoon, because I would want someone else to do almost any other Nintendo property.
Right.
You know what? There is an Animal Crossing movie.
Actually, yeah, there is. There's an anime. Yeah, there's manga too, so it has been adapted at least somewhat.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, if the caveat there is that Illumination has to do it, then they could make Splatoon, I think, because I would want almost anyone else to do any other property.
Yeah, I would hate to see like a Zelda movie under Illumination.
Like, does it have to be Illumination, or is it just like Universal?
No, but they've already done Mario with Illumination, so like,
yeah.
Would you really see Nintendo moving off of Illumination if?
Like, probably not.
Movies?
Illumination really knocked it out of the park with Mario, but
yeah, but like it's Universal has the major company has the movie rights, right? It doesn't have to be Illumination being the one making it. Some other studio at Universal could be the one to like take control of another movie if they're better fit for it.
Yeah, I want a Zelda adaptation so bad though, and honestly, I think probably not the only, but the one I see probably being able to do a Zelda adaptation the best would be Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, they probably do a pretty good job. Well, I'm just gonna look up, like, I'm not gonna use my keyboard because it'll be real loud, but let's see like what
studios Universal has or animation companies.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who is DreamWorks under, or is DreamWorks just DreamWorks?
Pretty sure it's just DreamWorks.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean it's owned by Steven Spielberg.
Ah.
No, I think they're owned by Universal.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, what the man? Universal is Universal
Conglomerate.
Yeah, the Universal conglomerate.
At least it's not Disney though.
No, Disney is the conglomerate. They're literally conglomeration the company.
Well, they're literally monopoly the company.
Yeah, exactly.
They just know they have too much. They don't need anymore.
No, but they don't see it that way. They're gonna keep buying until they have no more opposition.
I can't wait till they just buy an island and make it Disney Island.
I'm shocked they haven't done that yet. They have Disney World and Disneyland. What about Disney Island?
I think that's what they're probably going to do. They're going to try to take over Hawaii and do it.
Take over Hawaii? All right, everybody, you need to move out. Disney's rolling through.
Well, DeSantis is trying to get them out of Florida for some reason, and he'll just make an island. Getting political for a second there, but...
That's fine. I didn't hear what you said anyways.
I was talking about Ron DeSantis.
Oh, I don't know anything about him.
Guy running for a Republican primary.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know anything about
Who
that.
cares about Americans?
Cares about Americans? Oh man. Well, the one funny thing about it is that he's like a Trump. He's a Trump competitor, I guess, right? And like, I like how the main way he makes fun of him is like by calling him by the wrong name.
Oh, I see that everywhere actually when I was scrolling
Yeah,
Twitter.
like his name is like Ron DeSantis, and Trump calls him Rob DeSanctimonious.
Like a fucking Harry Potter spell.
Rob
Rob
DeSanctimonious.
Yeah, that's a pretty good Trump impression. What the fuck?
Well, I've told you how to do a Trump impression before, right?
Did you?
I think so. Yeah, I think I have. You got to make your mouth really small, and then act like you're out of breath because you're like 80 years old and really fat. And then you just talk like this. Rob DeSanctimonious. Maybe I should do the rest of the podcast in my Donald Trump impression.
All right. Next week, what I think we need to do for the podcast is we gotta get Steven from beginning to end pretending that he's Donald Trump, and then we can say we got Donald Trump on the podcast because that is a fucking good impression.
I know movies. I make the best movies.
You just need to say China a bunch.
China.
Hell yeah! It's like Steven's not even here anymore.
You just have Donald Trump on the podcast.
No, let's have a podcast with the AI Trump Biden Obama group.
Oh my god!
You know, I watched Spider-Man 3, and it's not a good movie. Terrible movie. You know, Tobey Maguire, we love Tobey Maguire, but you know he wasn't given much good material in this movie. He was told to act like a bully. You know.
You're slowly turning into the counselor from South Park.
I was gonna say that.
What the fuck is his name? I can't even remember.
That goes Mr. Mackey.
Oh, Mr. Mackey. Yeah.
Half of my impressions are like that, man. It just morphs into other characters.
I do that all the time too, though.
I can't remember who it is, but I have this like I'm trying to do a certain character, and for some reason it morphs into the Fonz eventually.
Oh, you talked about this on a previous episode, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, what character was it I'm trying to impersonate, and it turns into
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, and I'm not pulling it up to find out. That's too much work for me right now.
Well, I think we're farther enough in the podcast where we can officially claim that this is now our Spider-Verse review.
Okay, so spoiler cutoff here, everyone. If you're watching this and don't want to get spoiled on the new Spider-Verse film, we're going to be talking about it very shortly. So, you know, if you guys can skip to the end, maybe Trey can pull put a timestamp and when we're finished discussing it, if there's another topic that we move on past it.
I don't think so. I think this will just be the end of like the regular part, and we'll just end after Spider-Verse because we're what?
All right, well then
50 minutes in already, so who knows how long we'll go on Spider-Verse.
This has been Savage Stevo and LazyKayo and DreginyPlaysGames.
Hell yeah!
If you don't want to be spoiled, peace out.
Yeah, check out our other ventures in the social media verse, streaming verse.
All right.
Everything's in the description.
Now we're talking about Spider-Verse.
Now we're going to talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and it was a fantastic movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was great. The artwork and the animation were extremely good. Like
it was.
We saw it. I think you saw it too. Like in the really like big gigantic screen. Like
the AVX.
I don't know what it's called. AVX. Yeah, it was definitely worth it to see in that.
Which is basically just IMAX, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's basically just IMAX. Yeah.
Can I be honest though for a sec before we get too crazy?
Sure.
Is that I think it happened with the first one too? Is that the animation was so jarring for me? It took a bit to get used to. I don't know if you guys felt like that too, but it's such a different animation style that like it was kind of like jarring at first, and I had to like shake myself into it and be like, oh wait, this is how it is. This is just how the movie is. I need to pay attention.
I think in certain parts, I think I know what you're talking about. There's certain scenes where it got very intense, and the animation like just showed that. You can tell in parts where Gwen was talking with her father, it was like really, really getting intense like that.
That's the thing that actually bothered me. I mentioned that to Justin and a friend that we were with, that in Gwen's world, the art style was bugging me, how like you would see the details go away, and I think it wants to like focus on like the dialogue and everything that's going on around it, but because it was changing to like less details, it was more and more jarring, and it had like the opposite effect where I was paying more attention to that stuff falling behind rather than paying attention to what the dialogue and the scene was actually supposed to be.
Yeah, I kind of see what you mean there. I think like what I mentioned is what they were going for in that scene, because she was talking. It was a very emotional scene with her father.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see it being about jarring. I definitely thought that a bit too. It didn't really take me away from the scene too much, but I definitely was like, wow, this is kind of very intense. Like,
yeah, and I don't mean it as like a bad thing. It was just a thing that I noticed. Like, it doesn't like knock a fucking grade off my review for it. It was still fucking fantastic.
See, for me, that actually had the opposite effect for me. I thought it was a super like artistic decision to make for that whole scene, and I thought it was gorgeous.
No, yeah, I agree with you, Justin. That's how I kind of viewed it too.
Yeah, because it was
no.
Yeah, because everything else, to me, it felt like everything else around them was becoming less and less important as, the tension between the two characters was heightening.
Yeah, which is what I tried to like say, like, is that I know that's what was the purpose of this scene.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it was happening and I noticed it took me out of it, type thing, which was just a me thing.
Yeah. To be honest, when you mentioned this yesterday after the movie, what I thought you were talking about specifically in that scene was the way the colors kept changing every time the camera moved. Like, I don't know.
But like that wasn't like it's still, like I keep saying, it wasn't like a really big knock on it. It's just something I noticed.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys had noticed that, but in that scene, every time the camera moved, like between the characters or whatever, like the colors were changing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
And I don't know. I thought that was nice. It low key made me think of JoJo, because JoJo does that a lot.
Well, it's supposed to show like the different of
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference.
I mean, it's possible that it actually might have been, or at least inspired by JoJo.
Okay, can I actually say something about Spider-Verse animation? At some points, I can't think of anything off the top of my head now because everything escapes me as soon as I think of it.
Mm-hmm.
But at some points, it literally felt like I was watching the game Life is Strange. And I was like, it was also taking me out of it as well. I'd be like, this seems like it's like the color palette or something would be in Life is Strange. And why am I thinking about that right now in the middle of a Spider-Man movie?
I mean, I can't have an opinion on this because I've never played Life is Strange.
I played the first game. It's pretty good.
Me neither. I haven't played the series, but I've like seen enough clips of it to be like, hey, that's Life is Strange.
I know literally nothing about the games. I own them. I've bought them. But
I think I might own more than one as well. I'll tell you like this actually isn't specifically about the movie, although I will mention like a part of the movie where it happened in. So the part near the end of the film where Miles is trying to tell his mother about how he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So during that part of the film, I'm not entirely sure what exactly happened, but there was some kid in the theater that he either paid for a different film than the rest of his friends or his parents, or he snuck into Spider-Verse. But like during that part, there was a kid who walked in to like open the door, and he's like, "Yo, we gotta go! She's leaving!" Like screaming across the theater to this kid, pretty much during the entire scene. Like probably the most emotional part of the entire. Yeah, just like everyone, and all the people in our theater was like, "Shut up!" Like, get out of here. It really sucked.
That's fucking great.
Like I didn't say anything, but I felt like saying like at least felt like going like, at least fucking like walk up to him and say this. Don't fucking shout it across the theater. Like what the hell? And then when they leave finally after like 5 minutes, the kid who came in and shouted for the other kid says sorry really loud.
I fucking love those moments in theaters though, when somebody just ruins the movie or just random outbursts.
Yeah.
I remember I went to go see Paranormal Activity 3, I think it is. No, there's a part in the movie where obviously they all have an excuse to have like the camera around to record the demons or whatever. And there's a part where it was like supposed to be like a sex scene, so they're making like a sex tape or whatever. And this guy in the crowd just goes, "Oh, they fucking!" in the middle of the fucking theater, so fucking loud. Everyone just died laughing. It was so stupid.
I mean, that's sort of funny when someone says something like that, but like it's annoying when it's just some outside guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like people literally clap for Tobey Maguire in my theater for when we were in No Way Home.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were gonna say in Spider-Verse when he's crying over Uncle Ben.
Actually, I knew that was one thing I got spoiled on for the Spider-Verse was that shot being in the movie. Because I saw a tweet saying that that meme is ruined that scene for him because when he saw that part he burst out laughing. It's the same like shot. It's like of him like.
Yo, but actually, Donald Glover cameo was a fucking W.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Like
Well, he actually is the Prowler in the MCU. I think I'm pretty sure. That's
that's what they're supposed to be working towards. Yeah.
Yeah, he plays. He played Uncle Aaron in Homecoming. He only had one. He only had one scene.
I'm glad that he only had one scene though. Like I didn't want to see him for the rest of the trilogy.
But why?
Because that goes into Miles Morales and Homecoming.
Oh, I guess
the
so.
Homecoming trilogy is Spider-Man's origin story, or Peter Parker's. I mean.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it would have been kind of a cock block to have more of Uncle Aaron and Miles Morales' story to come in Peter Parker's origin story. So
yeah, so that means we're gonna be getting Miles at some point in the MCU, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, Sony is putting Miles in a lot of stuff. Like he's also had his own game. Like and I'm pretty sure he's also gonna be in the Spider-Man 2, isn't he? Like the game for PS5.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely,
yeah. Because you're supposed to freely be able to switch between the two, kind of like how like GTA 5 works, where you switch between the characters and all that.
Oh, that'd be sick. Spider-Man GTA style.
Yeah. I want to backtrack a bit though. Go back to Donald Glover. I think we all should show appreciation for Donald Glover for Miles Morales and Black Spider-Man in general, because he was literally the foundation for it.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you guys know that whole story.
I mean, I know a little bit. All I know is that he originally like auditioned to play Miles, right?
So, when the original Spider-Man trilogy was up, like the Tobey one, he was like they were trying to make him like the new Peter Parker, but like because there was no Miles Morales yet, so he wanted to be the new Spider-Man, and they were like, let's make him black and everything. And then I think something just fell through there, but like Marvel really liked the idea, so then they just made a character after like a Black Spider-Man, which came to be Miles Morales. And then
wait, really?
Yep. So he was literally the inspiration behind Miles Morales, and the first on-screen presence Miles Morales had in like any cartoon or anything. I'm pretty sure Donald Glover voiced him.
Oh shit!
And now with the live-action trilogy, he will be playing Uncle Aaron. Because he's just too old to do Miles Morales now.
I mean, that's fair, but that's wild. I did not know that.
He is literally the whole reason Miles Morales exists.
Holy shit.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
That's crazy. I'm actually going to Google that later. That's fucking, that's nuts.
How many things have we given Justin to Google during this podcast?
No, like that.
He's got so many tabs, I'm sure.
I've just been using the same tab.
Well, there's in Donald Glover has a stand-up. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. And I don't know if he has more than one. I've only seen the one. But he has a stand-up feature on Netflix. It wasn't a Netflix original, but anyways, he had one, and then he talks about how like he wanted to be a Black Spider-Man and everything. Yeah, like and in the stand-up, I don't think he mentions like the character Miles Morales at all. He literally says he wanted to be Black Peter Parker.
Oh shit, interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the way Stan Lee even worded it originally, anyone could be Spider-Man or Peter Parker. Like he wears a mask.
Yep.
Like so, they didn't need to even create like a.
They didn't need to, but I feel like Miles Morales is a great character enough to.
Yeah, Miles Morales is a great character anyway. It's on his own.
Yeah, to where it's justified to have it. Just be his own character.
Oh, absolutely.
And whoever keeps saying he's not fucking Spider-Man can go fuck off.
And who's been saying? Are people saying that?
It's just Twitter essentially, but
Twitter.
A lot
Twitter's
of
a cesspool,
people,
man. Fuck Twitter.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say the people thinking that at the normal like Twitter. It's just like you can buy it outright and just say like racist. Almost. Like
another thing about Spider-Verse I mentioned to Justin yesterday, I guess I should probably fact check myself before I bring it up, but I wish Scarlet Spider had more of a role to play in it, because if I remember correctly,
by Gwen, yeah.
if I remember correctly, Scarlet Spider was actually like one of the first like Spider-Verse Spider-Man type thing in the comics that Peter runs into, and then it's Scarlet Spider who is Ben Reilly, if I remember his names correctly.
Yeah.
So I thought
a lot of people kind of.
I thought it would have been cool to have more of him in the spotlight a little bit. Not spotlight, but like more of a presence. I feel
more
like
of a role.
yeah, because he was like the OG like crossover Spider-Man. But
yeah, all he really does in the movie is he has like that one funny like line where they walking through with Miles, and then he is part of like the strike team.
Yeah, and he's like, I have depression, basically.
And he's funny, but then he just kind of gets his ass kicked by Gwen, and then that's it.
Wasn't it?
Also, speaking of Gwen, I also kind of like how people are sort of realizing that like Spider Gwen is like a fan name and going, oh yeah, that makes sense. That wouldn't actually make sense for that to be her actual.
Yeah, and that she's Spider Woman. Yeah,
he literally has her name in it. Like Spider Gwen is a fan name. Like
yeah,
I've never even heard Spider Gwen. I didn't even know that.
No, Spider Gwen was just a fan name. Yeah.
Oh,
Spider Gwen and like Gwen Pool.
Gwenpool?
Gwenpool was stupid though.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's a Deadpool Gwen Stacy.
I actually really like the big role that Spider Woman had. Jessica Drew, I think her name is.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Is that baby okay though?
No, but but having like, I think she was like one of the OG Spider Women as well. Was really cool to see.
Gwen's like, can you adopt me?
Yeah. But man, such a great movie.
Oh,
like
yeah.
It was really, like I said, I think it was better than the first for sure.
Yeah, I think it was too. Yeah, I almost brought up that was another example of the second movie being better. We were discussing it a bit earlier, but I didn't want to lead into it quite yet. So, but yeah, that's another example of that.
Yeah, no, I would go as far as to say Across the Spider-Verse is one of the best animated films I've ever seen in my life.
No, yeah, it's very good. I'd probably put it up there as well. It's very well
Every second of this movie was nothing short of an absolute masterpiece.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was,
I was
written, funny. I wouldn't say it had like it wouldn't say like it had a glaring like plot hole that you can like point out or like something that was lazily written. It was all just pretty like airtight. It was just airtight. It was well done.
Very concise, very well written.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried at first that like when we were going through the first act at the time, it felt a little slow with all the family drama. But by the time we got to the end of the movie, like it all came together and it all really paid off.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
I think eventually you started realizing this was setting up for like more than one.
Oh,
film,
absolutely.
And then that's why it had like the more Gwen backstory part and the part with all these other Spider people and like the Miguel backstory and stuff like that.
I think.
Can I say Spider-Man 2099 is still a fucking badass character. I fucking love Spider-Man 2099.
I don't know anything about him, but I do love his design.
I love the future gimmicks like Batman Beyond as well. Love those kind of characters. They're fucking awesome.
Oh, Batman Beyond is great. I used to love that show.
Hell yeah.
But no, I think let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room concerning the movie.
Yeah, Spider-Man 1967 only had one scene.
Well,
Superior Spider or not
wait,
superior.
what did you say?
Spectacular Spider-Man only had one line.
What?
No, I said Spider-Man 1967 only had one scene.
Yeah, that was he needed more. What the fuck?
Insomniac Spider-Man didn't really do much either.
Didn't he didn't he literally just pop in for like one frame or something?
Yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Spider-Man was only in for like one scene in the background.
Yeah. Spider-Man
actually...
Unlimited was only in the scene for one background for a scene, and I love Spider-Man Unlimited. It's such a good show. I'm actually happy they just included him. If any show ever deserved a continuation, it was Spider-Man Unlimited. Did you guys ever see Spider-Man Unlimited?
I don't know, to be honest. I've seen so many different Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
He should have been part of the team at the end of the movie with.
He should have.
He should have been part of
Spider-Man. Sorry, Spider-Man Unlimited was like literally like I don't know who came up with the concept for it, but it's literally Spider-Man but Planet of the Apes, and it's fucking great. And it had one season, and it ended after the one season with a very like, oh, this is going to continue. Like they didn't wrap anything up. Like it literally ended. The last episode was like, oh shit, like everything's about to be destroyed, and then it just didn't get greenlit for a second season.
T-Rex Spider-Man should have been a main character. I'm just gonna say it.
Which one?
T-Rex Spider-Man
Oh,
should have been a main character.
Yeah. I forgot about that. But no, going back to the obvious elephant in the room with this movie. What did you guys feel about the way the movie ended?
I hated it.
I can kind of tell that's where it was heading, but yeah, like at least it's pretty soon. We're not waiting several years again.
Yeah, I will say this. I'm glad that they are going to be continuing this story into the third movie because there are some characters, like especially Spot, that I feel like need more development.
Oh my god, Spot is so good.
Oh, Spot is fucking amazing, but I feel like he had barely any screen time in the movie, and I was kind of worried that they were literally just gonna like be like, all right, let's go get let's go get Miles, fight Spot, and then end the movie. So I'm kind of glad that this like the story of this movie is continuing into the third one. I just wish it had. I just wish there was some form of like a resolution. Like it was such a just like a dead stop cliffhanger. Like
yeah, like even like
actually,
Spider-Man 2099 and Miles Morales kind of like hashing things out would have been a decent resolution, and then having a resolution.
I wish the movie had some form of an ending, even if it left everything open for the next movie. Like some kind of a resolution would have been,
yeah.
Like it's the only thing about this movie that fucking drives me nuts.
Honestly, I kind of like the fact that it wasn't like immediately spoiled by by an actor in the film, like it usually is for that type of thing. Like I'm just thinking back to like, well, people probably wouldn't care about this movie having an over plot anyway, but like Fast X was like revealed to have like several more movies like before it was even released. Like I will say it's kind of interesting to have a movie like that and have people not know it's going to end like that.
Yeah.
So while I think it sucks, I actually do kind of like the ending for like. And you could kind of definitely get the point that they was going to do this anyway, because you can tell how much long they're taking on certain things,
yeah.
And you could tell that with like the way movie being so concise that it wouldn't make sense for it to just randomly have a really rushed ending. Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, the third movie's probably already done too, which is the good thing.
Oh yeah, it probably is.
Oh yeah,
like, it's already got a date. It's like March next year.
Yeah,
right?
it's apparently coming out in March, which is insanely soon. So
it's probably finished,
gotta be
near finished.
Well, it's got to be on post-production kind of shit right now, so
they probably like the way the movie ends, they probably literally just like did all the lines for both movies like together.
That's what they usually do with part 1s and 2s though, is that they'll just film them back to back.
Yeah. It's just,
which I mean is the smart thing to do.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, I feel like it's going to be kind of weird like once the third movie comes out, like just watching all three movies back to back, cuz the first movie is really just did someone leave?
I think that was Craig, to be honest.
I think so.
Okay.
Did Craig stop recording? Okay, well, hopefully this okay.
But yeah, the first movie really is its own like story. You know, like it has a very clear cut beginning, middle, and end. And I wasn't even sure like how this the second movie was gonna open up the multiverse, because like it really seemed like everything wrapped up. So it's just gonna be weird watching the three movies back to back, going from the first one, which is so self-contained, to like 2 and 3, which are probably going to feel like one movie.
Yeah, basically.
You know what I hope this kicks off? You know how like the first one kicked off like more commonplace animated films and all that?
Yeah.
You know what I hope this kicks off for comic book movies specifically is not being afraid to use lesser known fucking villains.
Oh yeah, actually I really liked the Spot. Yeah, and I think actually they I can't remember whoever discussed they use him for this movie. I think at first there was pushback like, oh, he's one of like the joke villains. But no, like yeah, they should be going for villains that are like have less like.
Well, this way you have more room to actually work with the villain and like more leeway to be like, okay, we're gonna do it this way instead of this way, you know.
Sort of like going into that, like I liked the Batman movie, like with Robert Pattinson. I kind of hated that it included the fucking Joker at the end already. It's like, okay, like can we move away from the Joker for a second?
Right, like can we get a...
I like the Joker, but like
Like, I don't have a boner for him. Like, let's move on already, you know?
We could have a different villain. Batman has a lot of them. Like, I realize maybe you have to try a bit harder to, like, maybe make some of them less campy, but, like...
Like, but
it's
possible. It's definitely possible. Like
you can do it. I mean, the Riddler is less campy than he usually is. You might do it just fine with him. Like, I think his like changed to like a more darker, like almost sort of like 4chan-esque, like deep web kind of like character.
Well, I mean, his last iteration was what, Jim Carrey, right?
Yeah, like I feel like you adapted him just fine. Why
they did fine with
another
that.
Batman villain like that. Yeah. Actually, I really like this spot, and I'm not gonna say like inspired by him because I'm not sure. Like, I'm not too familiar with like the spot in the comics.
No.
But by the end of the movie, and actually you might not get what I'm referencing anyway. But by the end of the movie, he reminded me a lot of the Anti-Spiral, which is a villain in Gurren Lagann.
Oh, okay.
I was not gonna get that.
No, like if you look up the Anti-Spiral, and it just reminded me a lot of that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about Gurren Lagann.
I'm not sure if they're going for that, but it's a pretty good show. You should watch it.
Yeah, you've been telling me to watch it for like years.
One day.
And Kill the Kill, I guess, because they're very similar.
Well, they're both. Are they? Well, they're not the same studio, but a lot of the same people worked on them, right?
The same people worked on it. Yeah, like they're different studios, but they moved over to the different studio for
so it's essentially the same studio in spirit.
Kill the Kill is basically Gurren Lagann, but for girls. But it's not really for girls. It's Gurren Lagann with a girl as the character. But it's still like, of course, good for both like boys and girls to watch. It's a good show.
So I want to say something. I didn't know, like, the Spot is such a like third-rate villain, I guess, that I literally didn't even know he was a character. Like, I actually, until you guys were talking about it a minute ago, I literally thought they made him for the movie.
Like he was invented for the movie. He's like he's a Spider-Man.
I literally have never heard of him. Like, I didn't know he was a thing. I literally just went.
That's the great part.
Yeah, I literally just thought like, oh, cool, they actually made a villain for this movie.
Yeah, no, that's the great part of using lesser known villains, is that you don't have to have these high stakes to keep this villain true to the source material, like with like Joker and stuff like that.
Man, I need to get more into Marvel comics and stuff. There's so much I don't know about.
Pick and choose your series. Don't just pick up a random one.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get into comics as opposed to manga.
Guys,
I'm not sure if I'm not sure if we've even discussed it before in the podcast. I think I've discussed it with Justin, I think, in person. But like, if you look at like the manga section, like it's like is actually almost like bigger than the comic and graphic novel section in bookstores now. It's because like manga is easier to get into.
Yeah.
Like volume 1, volume 2. Like you can just look at that. Okay, this is where I start. Boom. Like comics is like, well, where do I go with this? Like.
Yeah, which story do I want to read? Because there's so many story iterations of each character and everything. So it's a little bit harder to get into.
What the fuck? Sorry, this is off topic. I'm on the Wikipedia page for Across the Spider-Verse right now, and there's a manga spinoff.
No, yeah, really? That's interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was on May, just a couple days ago, May 29th. It was announced that a manga spinoff titled Spider-Man Octopus Girl will begin.
Oh, I've actually been seeing that around.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't know that was a tie-in or anything or related.
Yeah, apparently it is. It's going to begin serialization on June 20th in Shonen Jump.
Nice.
In Shonen Jump, interesting.
Yeah. And I guess it's going to revolve around Dr. Octopus. The story, hold on, read this. Listen to this. The story revolves around Dr. Octopus, who falls into a coma and has been reawakened in the body of a young Japanese middle schooler.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? So it's not really going to be tied into the Spider-Verse much. It's just...
That sounds horrible.
Kind of. It does, kind of, to be honest. But I was just looking at the Wikipedia page here, and something else I find interesting, that the original title for Beyond the Spider-Verse, which is going to be the third one, originally it was just going to be called Across the Spider-Verse Part 2, which is literally... That
makes sense.
Yeah, which is literally what it feels like. But I guess they decided to rename it. And like, I don't know, I feel like Across the Spider-Verse Part 2 would have been fine.
It would have been fine, but I think the studios kind of want to get away from that because it feels like a gimmick now where your final movie ends up being split into 2 parts.
I guess.
Because it happens like with so many fucking movies, because with Harry Potter, final movie is split into 2 parts. Hunger Games split into 2 parts. Twilight split into 2 parts.
Well, okay, first of all, Twilight didn't fucking need it. Second of all, I don't really know if Hunger Games needed it. Maybe, probably not. I never saw the movie, so I don't even know how that ended up. Harry Potter needed it.
I'm pretty sure the 3rd book of the Hunger Games was the shortest one.
Was it? It's been so long since I've read the books. I haven't read them since high school. I don't really remember.
Me too. They were really good, though. I really like the books.
Yeah, but no, for Harry Potter, it was definitely justified, just because the amount of important shit and big shit that goes on in that last Harry Potter book.
Harry Potter needed a part 1 and 2 for every movie, though.
That's fair. Those
books were huge.
They still didn't include everything from the last book in the movies. Like, there's a whole side story about Dumbledore that they just did not include.
Oh my god.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Was it about him being gay or something?
No, just his backstory, like with his family and his sister and whatnot. It was very, very, very lightly touched on in like one scene in part 2, but it was so extremely lightly touched on. It actually pisses me off when I see it. But whatever. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Harry Potter. Across the Spider-Verse is great. I can't wait for part 2, which is just what I'm going to call it. I don't give a fuck.
That's not what it's called, bro. You can't do that.
Can't say that.
Fuck you guys. And honestly, I think this movie might inspire me to check out more of the comics and whatnot, because I want to.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I'm sure Marvel will enjoy you spending more money.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, you guys know me. Like, I'm going to want to start at the beginning. They have
fun with that one.
No, it's
gotta start watching the 1967 Spider-Man. Make sure you watch the Japanese Spider-Man as well.
I mean, I grew up on the 67 Spider-Man. Like I used to watch it every day.
But there's just too much comics. I think you'll have to pick and choose like the most important ones.
I guess, but they have these releases for the original comics. They're just like a collection of like 20 or so issues called what the fuck are they called? Hold on, I have them on my shelf. Give me a second.
And apparently the mainline Spider-Man series right now is just awful.
It's called the.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I've heard about that.
It's called what? It's called Essential Spider-Man. These releases that they're doing, which is just like a collection of like 20 volumes in each of these books. I've bought a few of those, and it does start from like issue 1, and it goes up to like somewhere in the hundreds eventually. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna buy a bunch of those. It's by far the easiest way to read the original Spider-Man comics.
I thought about reading comics as well, but I was just like, there's just too much. You either have to pick a story, or if I'm really like wanting to just know it and not have to read it, I'll just go to a Comics Explained channel or something.
Yeah, and the biggest problem is like, yes, there is a lot for each character, but they all also exist in the same world, similar to the MCU, and there's lots of crossovers. And so, like, sometimes there might be, like, story elements of this one character that you're following that happens in another series. And then they just expect you to, like, have followed that. So they just talk about it as something that happened already, and, like... and it's like, you're like, wait, when did this happen?
Yeah, which is why reading the comics is such a task.
Yeah, so
rather than a hobby.
Yeah, it's like the MCU, but like times a million. Probably even more. But no, I might.
It's too much.
Yeah, it is too much. I have been collecting Spider-Man comics for a few years, actually. I have almost the entire collection of the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I got the first issue of what is it? Old Man Logan?
Oh,
the Death of Wolverine, actually. Sorry. It's a different series.
Oh, is it?
The Death of Wolverine. I got the first volume for that for my brother's birthday once.
Oh, nice.
A couple of years back. Well, he said he really wanted to read it, so I said, fuck it, okay. I went to our comic store, and I just was like, you got it? And they were like, yeah, we do.
Was it expensive?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
It was a while back.
It was $1 million.
Wow, a small loan of $1 million?
Small loan. I just got it from my parents.
Start off small. I got a small loan of $1 million.
Thank you.
Man, you think it's a small loan of $1 million, and then you ask the rich person, why don't you give me a small loan of $1 million? And they're like, no.
Exactly, right?
How much could a banana cost? $15? Actually, yes. Now, yes, it almost is there nowadays. That's the sad part.
That's the sad part. Yeah, we're almost there.
Fuck. One day we'll be there. We'll be there soon. Inflation.
I don't want to be there.
Inflation.
We don't want to be there.
Inflation brutally fucking all of us in the ass.
So yeah, Spider-Verse is great.
Spider-Verse is great. Go watch it. I guess we should probably wrap it up. It's been a pretty long podcast. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I mean, it's only like 5 minutes extra.
No.
Our pods have been like an hour 20 on average.
Yeah, but no, we do gotta wrap it up. I've been sitting here unprotected for the last hour and a half.
Did you say unprotected? What?
Bro, it's a condom joke.
Well, I got that, but what does that have to do with anything?
He said wrap it up. That's the joke.
Wrap it up.
Oh, yeah. I'm the stupid one.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Follow our socials.
That's
Well, we
the
gotta
old,
do an
Dusty
outro
Trail.
again. So fuck
you.
Steve,
That's
do
the
outro
outro.
part 2.
Well, it's about time to be hitting the old dusty trail. And that'll be the end of our podcast for today.
All right.
Please follow us on social media and check out our Twitch channels. I stream very infrequently. I think my two co-podcasters here have more of a concise schedule.
I stream,
No,
you stream,
not
we
anymore.
all stream for ice cream.
I think we're all on infrequent schedules now.
But we do stream, and I promise we're funny. So check us out.
I promise
I
we're
don't promise
funny.
that.
See you next time.
I don't promise that. I'm not good at it all.
We will see you next time on the Sofa Taters Podcast. Bye bye, everybody.
Go watch
Peace out.
Go watch Spider-Man.